Hello, welcome back to LIVENODING. Today, November prompt is print. Okay, print can be anything. There's actually layered for the next day. Print for me is like when you are doing like a repetitions. So there's actually a book called Print 10 book, and it makes this pattern that's pretty random but pretty interesting to look at. This is a fabric digital. Well, anyway, for me, print is about making procedural pattern that's not overlapping unless you want to do layering for the next day. So I think the easiest probably to start with polygon grid. I mean, it can be anything. You can repeat pattern like circle. We can use n-gon. So let me save it first. So this is print. Print node. Okay. So n-gon print. So in Sverchok, can do this pretty easily, we know. So you can use the center of polygon grid and you have some kind of pattern, regular pattern that's arranged in the grid. So it's kind of like a print. You can randomize it. So it's random, but only one pattern or only one shapes for each one of them. You can randomize further by providing range of number here. So this is starting to looks a little bit more interesting. So the count here should match the number of polygon grid here. So list length. But you might notice that we are also getting a lot of objects here. And sometimes you don't actually want that. So sometimes you want to just turn on merge. Although there's a better way. There's a better way here by using apply matrix. Not the first one, the second one. The second one can join the pattern into a single object, but we can still use merge, right? It says people index out of range. Okay, so that's just a false error. So I think it's kind of looking like a print, kind of like a tiger print. I just added subdivisions just now. It's a quick sheeting, but I don't know. I guess this is kind of like a print that we have. I mean, I have in mind. If you want to add some color, it's gonna be more interesting, of course, if you use like a vertex color. So you can color each vertices, face, and loop. So you can kind of starting to go into shader. So if I create a material here, and I add this face coloring, I can now also turn on shader editor, shader nodes, and I can bring in some vertex color, plug this here. And if we switch to vertex color, we should get a color. And this color can be any color that you want. You can provide it like a random number that's generate color. So this all, I think, should be pretty basic. But if you're just starting with nodes, this is how you do it. Okay, we are not getting multiple random color, so we might need to split it. Okay, it's not giving me multiple color. I think it should be here. Ah, interesting, right? It needs to be level 2. Ah, okay. Float. Okay, that's weird. Okay, we're not getting different color. But anyhow, you got the idea. I have a feeling I have done something that's wrong, but okay, shapes and randomness in form of grid. So this is like hexagonal grid. You can turn it into triangle, rectangular. It makes some kind of print. You can definitely play around with this. I thought I was gonna make something that's more like regular, like a pattern. I know you can try making like a stripe. Stripes is easy, right? You can also make like a star. I don't know. What do you think about fabric? So this is kind of like some kind of creature's pattern, I guess. You can make it metallic. So yeah, maybe I'll play around with this a little bit more. I should be getting a different color here. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. Is this split? Ah, okay. It needs to be level 3. So this is new. Well, levels in Spreadshop always kind of interesting with it. The way to check it out is to use stethoscope, and you can see this is color. This is random number, right? And random number comes in this type of list, and then using random number we generate random color, and using list split in different level we're gonna split this in different list bracket. So apparently we need to use level 3 now, but this gives us random color, so it's good. You can have like a zebra pattern. If you plug this into the value, now it's affecting the value correctly. So the hue and the saturations have effects on it, and the color you can adjust. This is the seed, and with the pattern, of course, you also have things like noise. I didn't use procedural noise here, but if you use noise to control the pattern, you're gonna start to have like something that's a little bit more complex. For now, I think this is pretty okay. So it's zebra pattern. This is 2D. However, you might think, okay, why don't you make like 3D pattern? Okay, if you want to have this as 3D, then you can deform it, or you can simply apply it as adaptive. A Spreadshop can do that. It might get a little bit more complicated, but adaptive polygon is your thing to wrap 2D into 3D. Otherwise, just start with something like primitives, and then you play around with the polygon face, because with primitives usually you start with a square, so you can use adaptive and then use one of the pattern and then simply adapt the pattern into the polygon face. Okay, but I think I'm pretty happy with this zebra print. So not a zebra, maybe a leopard or some kind of animals. So there you go. This is the simplest pattern print example, created using Spreadshop nodes and also a little bit of cycles. Actually, this is nothing. We'll see what other people created for this for today. November. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.